Welcome to the We Want Picks call-in show. Oh, I didn't post the link. Whoops, that'll be helpful.
Whoopsie.
Oh,
Whopper.
oh, my God. Anyway, we're live. We're hanging out. We're having drinks. We're having some fun. And I'm going to post a link for premium members. And all premium members have to do is click the link in the Discord, and you can hop on this show with us. Join the conversation, ask a question, talk about Jacob's size 6 shoe, whatever you people want to talk about, we'll talk about it. Live link. I'm posting the link right now. It is available for you in the premium channel on Discord. If you're not a premium member, become one. It is only $10 a month. It includes all our picks, all our bets, fantasy plays, a DraftKings optimizer. It includes everything you could ever imagine that helps us make all this money every single week. But also, you get to join the show. And the reason we're hiding it behind the paywall, A, we want to make premium the best value in the history of time. And B, I feel like making sure your premium members will keep out some of the riffraff. Like, we don't have somebody screening calls. So this should keep out some riffraff. Not all of it, but some of it. And if you want $50 free, the only thing you need to do is go to wewantpicks.com/bets. Hold on. Live call-in show.
Oh, God.
Whatever. This is a casual show.
I leave for 1 week and
Kick rocks.
It goes to hell.
If you want $50 for free, all you need to do is go to wewantpicks.com/bets. Sign up with any one of our betting partners. Make a deposit. We'll send you $50 as a thank you. And we already have a super chat, Shaky Boy. Brandon, $4.99. Long time no talk, fellas. Jake, how you feeling, bro? Jacob wasn't here last week. He was sick. Thank you, Brandon, very much for the super chat. Jacob wasn't here last week. He had the sniffles. You better? It all worked itself out.
Yeah, they thought it was good. The cancer was coming back, so obviously that's a scary thing because, you know, as a 2-time cancer survivor, you never want to go through it again. So we ran the test. You know, I played it safe. I stayed home. You know, I wanted to be here, but they said, you know, you got to stay in bed. We got to play this safe because we don't know if this is going to escalate. So, you know, as much as I wanted to be here, it was doctor's orders, and luckily it was not cancer again. I think it was just another bout with COVID, and you know, we pulled through the power of Christ. And
for clarity, what kind of cancer did you have?
Cancer. It was real cancer.
But what, like, where? What kind was it?
Oh, it was on my face. You can see the scar still.
Oh, the sun allergy cancer?
That cancer. One? Yeah, it was cancer.
Okay. So not like okay.
It was cancer, yeah.
So you like coughed up blood and all that stuff?
I survived. Yeah, I definitely had to have a pretty emergency surgery for it. So
oh, jeez,
it was
did the doctor say
I didn't, you know, I had that conversation with my parents and stuff about, you know, what the next steps are, and, you know, gave them instructions that if it does get bad, that I don't want to be kept alive on life support and that type of stuff. So those are tough conversations to have, you know, and I pray, you know, I literally pray every night that you will never have to go through the type of stuff that I just went through in the past few weeks. So, but we came through, and I think we're stronger because of it.
I imagine when I go, it'll be quick and I'll be clutching my chest. So I probably won't have
and
to
it could be tonight, folks.
I am very stressed lately. This has been very stressful. Very, very stressful for numerous reasons. Jakey boy, I have a couple topics. But before we jump into the topics, it's snowing outside. It's snowing in Frisco. Did you know that? Did you look out? Did you look out the window? It's a studio. You can just turn your chair around. You look right out the window. It's right next to the bed, right? The foot of your bed is the chair, and then that's the window. The kitchen's in front of you. He lives in a studio.
It's not snowing here.
I just opened the door to get the mail. Snow.
It's not snowing here, so.
Okay, well, that sucks. I guess Prosper really is a wonderland in Frisco. Sure, you're going to get a Universal
Sun's
Studios, but no snow. I got some topics here, Jakey boy.
Thank God.
Let's talk about UFC 283. You came over. I didn't know if you were going to. You came over. Jesus Christ. You came over. I enjoyed your company. You were like a little annoying, but for the most part, it was a good time. 4 or 5 of us had some laughs, hung out, had some drinks. What were your
Had
thoughts?
some. What was I eating?
Chinese red ribs, baby.
Oh my God, those are. I've never had those before, and even like diving in for the first bite, it looks a little bit. I mean, they're bright red.
Bright red.
Like,
it's food
yeah,
coloring.
and I had no idea what flavor to expect. The second that piece of meat slapped on my tongue, oh my God, I was in heaven. I could not get enough. I mean, you saw. I sat there for a couple hours,
and you don't really
after
eat.
meat after meat in my mouth and on my tongue and down my throat. And it was one of the best things I've ever felt in my life.
I mean, you're being somewhat sarcastic, but
the flavor on it was fantastic, and the texture and everything. It was really incredible. This is the first time I've ever had them, and I want them every night.
I see you, Ro Jogan. We'll put you on. We have a caller. We'll put you on in 1 second. Let me just finish this.
Joe
thought.
Rogan.
No, it's Ro Jogan. Those are anybody from not Texas. You get Chinese takeout. They got boneless spare ribs. Where we are in Texas, those don't exist. So I literally looked up a recipe, got a rotisserie, stacked it up, made the sauce, did the whole thing, shaved it as I went.
That's what you're always talking about?
Those are boneless spare ribs. That's what doesn't exist here, which is why I would have rather paid $6.
Now I get it. You've been making a big deal about it for years. Like, now I get it. Holy shit! Why don't they have those?
I just can't. I don't
open
know.
Up a restaurant? I'm thinking about going all in. Let's close this thing down and let's get off. Let's make some real money.
Nothing would be more authentic than a Guido from Connecticut selling Chinese food in Texas.
What? Be careful.
A ginge.
Oh.
We have Ro Jogan on the show. How you doing, Ro?
Oh, God, it's not going to work for
me. No, I think it's working. Are you there?
Oh, God.
It's always, Jesus Christ.
It's always something. It's always something.
Are you on mute? Like you're not muted on this side?
He's probably in his cold bath right now, and it's just not.
You have signal. You're here. Hello. Son of a bitch. It's
we won't keep count, but that's 0 for 1.
It is a link. It is literally a link. Click it from your phone. You don't even need to do it from your computer, and you could just join from your cell phone. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. All right, Ro, try again. And kicked. But those are bone. It's not hard. It really is not. This is like it's just easier than a phone number. I mean, it's not easy. Nothing's easier than a phone number, but it's pretty easy. Anyway, yeah, those are boneless Chinese spare ribs. Combo platter. It's the best food.
Do they come in different flavors? Do they come in different flavors?
No, that's it. That's the only way they come.
Really?
That's it. And the red is food coloring.
For some reason, I just assumed that they was just like regular seasoned meat that you were eating. It's like, I don't know if I mean, that's just, you can get that anywhere. But that flavoring and that meat and the tenderness and everything, that was, whew.
They're my favorite. I literally spent, this is the second time I've ever made them. I spent hours last time figuring it all out. Made them, and then this time, trusted the process. It's annoying to make, though, because you have to shave the outer layer. It's like gyro meat almost. You shave the outer layer.
Do you really shave it, or because I saw what you were doing?
I was using scissors.
All right.
And then I got bored, and then I shaved, and I was like, forget it, I'm done. Anyway, UFC 283. You came, you ate the delicious Chinese boneless spare ribs made by a Guido from Connecticut. We watched the fights. They all went pretty much how we thought they would. What were your thoughts overall? And what do you think are the biggest takeaways for, like, who can really do something in this?
It's almost a shame that the card was so early in the year, because I from top to bottom, every single fight was absolutely incredible. It was hype. The crowd was in it. I know the crowd just kind of got trashed for how the last two fights end. They left before Glover could give a speech. They were throwing stuff at Moreno. But overall, it was a lively crowd. It was a lot of fun to watch on TV. And it's a shame that it happened so early, because when people start talking at the end of the year about card of the year and this and that, they're probably going to forget about this one. But this one is going to be hard to beat already for 2022. And I was definitely impressed with Brandon Moreno. I know I mentioned to you leading up to the fights on Saturday, I watched all three fights during the fight countdown. After I watched all three fights, I was like, oh my God, Brandon Moreno is going to win this fight. It was kind of weird how it ended. It was a punch, but it was an eye poke. Even in Discord, I happened to mention that I thought that this fight was going to end on a weird injury. But, you know, he still looked good leading up to that point. And it's going to be an interesting matchup, him and Pantoja. I'm a big Pantoja fan and a huge Nicolau fan in that division. I think he wins the belt and stays there for a while. But it's a good card.
I thought it was a great card. I agree. Mystery Science Gaming 3000. He lost 2,000 on Glover not being stopped. So you think it was stopped because of the cut on his face. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But do you think the Gregory Rodriguez fight should have been stopped last time when he fought Chidi and Jaquani? Because I didn't hear people screaming that should have been stopped with that cut. So we'll talk about if the Glover fight should have been stopped or not. I do have a slide for that. But you're citing the cut. And if it's not affecting, we've got another call in. Let's see if this works. Jacob Henderson, can you hear us? For the love of shit. There's no way. Are you there? This is insane. You guys are supposed to be a young audience. Try again from your phone. Jacob figures it out. We've had guests. Oh, the camera's off now. Here we go. The microphone's the issue, bud. The microphone's the issue. All right, I got to kick you. Try again. This is nuts. You guys are going to have me thinking that it's not us. It's not the software. This is nuts. I thought our audience was like median age 25. It's 87. It's 87. I'm sorry, Jacob. Call back. First of all, though, can we acknowledge the numbers are solid? 2 call-ins in 10 minutes? It didn't work.
Those are
it
called.
didn't work.
I don't know.
It didn't work, but those are solid numbers. Those are solid numbers. I'm waiting for Jacob, try again. Ro Jogan, try again. I'm waiting for one of our trolls to call in. I'm waiting for, if you hate us that much, you'll pay the $10, become a premium member, and then call in.
I don't know. Trolls, that's not really how trolls act.
Well, the problem is they're too scared.
Under their bridges.
Well, and you sound like, when you do that, you sound like, it's a mess.
Yep, it's a mess.
What's that movie?
Can't the real C word.
The campaign. Anyway, we do have a couple of monster trolls. One is like, he has dedicated his online persona to trying to communicate with me. It's a very bizarre way to spend his free time. So, you know what we did, Jacob? You know what we did?
Oh my God, I think I know, but you tell me.
You troll the troll. You fight fire with fire. You stand up to your bullies. We're selling merch. We have merch dedicated to this dork. All proceeds go to us. Really rub it in. Really rub it in.
Did you say all proceeds go to us?
Yeah, why wouldn't we donate it? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I will profit. We will profit.
I saw there was another.
These dorks.
I think I sent it to you today. There's another MMA controversy. I don't know anything about it, but it sounds like somebody was asking for money, got a bunch of money, then gave it away, and people are like, "What the hell?"
I saw that some Pix guy who has way more followers. You know, we're bigger on YouTube than Twitter. Obviously, Twitter has its own world. There's like this whole world on Twitter where people have 15,000 followers, 10,000 followers. And then they like have a YouTube channel with like 600 followers. That dynamic makes zero sense, right? Twitter's the hardest platform to monetize. Anyway, he was one of the Twitter people. He had like 5,000 followers on Twitter, which is very hard to do. And I guess, you tell it because you're the one who sent it to me. I did my research after, but you sent it to me originally.
Well, I just said I have no idea what's going on. It sounded like he put a GoFundMe up saying like and implied that he was really struggling and hey, whatever you guys want to give, that's fine. Not expecting a ton of people to give, and all of a sudden it was like an outpouring of support from his followers, which he was surprised by, and it sounded like he really didn't need that money for anything too serious, but they still gave him a ton. So then he kind of felt bad because of it. So he's like, I don't want to keep all this money. So he found a amateur gym and found a fighter there that's up and coming and gave him the money. But then people are still like, wait a second. Like, I gave you the money because I thought you were struggling. I didn't give money just to, not that it's like an awful thing, but people want to give their money for why they want to give their money. You don't want to misdirect. So then he offered to, give everyone their money back and stuff like that. That's the story I understand. But
and Jacob Henderson, let's just make sure your ducks are in a row before I pin you again. So what I saw, he deleted the original tweet. Yeah, he asked for money, started a GoFundMe. People donated the money, and then he was like, I got more money than I thought I would, and I gave it to a local fighter, which is obviously bullshit, right? That's not what happened. And he was like, I talked to my wife, and she said, he was like, I felt bad asking for money, and I talked to my wife about it. And he's really just rubbing it in like your face that he has a wife, And he's like, I talked to my wife about it, and she was like, you're not begging for money.
To anybody about anything. So
you're monetizing.
I can kind of do whatever the fuck I want.
She goes, you're monetizing yourself. And I was like, you know what? You're right, honey. So I put it up there, and then, he blew it. Why you, listen, we ask for money on this show. We don't ask for donations. We give you something in return. I don't understand the GoFundMe thing if there's not a horrific accident. You know what I mean? This kid is homeless. This guy has cancer. This happened. That. I get all that. A random dude on Twitter, like GoFundMe.
I have cancer.
Had. Okay, Jacob Henderson. Have you figured out your shit?
I think that counts as 0-3. Making us look bad, Jacob.
At this point, he's just doing it on purpose. At this point, he's 100% doing it on purpose. I mean, this is not hard to do. You're doing it on purpose. Absolutely. Without a doubt. I'm sorry. You're out. Figure it out. I mean, people want to join. That's a good sign. Anybody else looking to hop on that understands how to use a phone or a computer, there's a link both on YouTube on the community tab if you're a YouTube member and in the Premium Alerts Discord channel if you're a good old-fashioned regular premium member. I donated money to Eric so he could buy his wife a nice birthday present. It was money well spent. Is that a real comment? Did he say that? That's what he bought it for? I saw that he donated it to some local fighter. And honestly, if he said, hey guys, I've been giving you quality content, throw me a couple of bucks, want to buy my wife something nice, totally fine. Totally fine. Absolutely. There's even a tip button on Twitter. Absolutely, totally fine. It's the misrepresentation of the funds that's ridiculous. That's the piece that's ridiculous.
Can you guys I have a link on my Twitter so I can buy my wife a nice birthday present. Her birthday's tomorrow.
Show us a picture, and we'll make it happen, Jakey. My UFC 283 thoughts, and if anybody calling in understands how to use a microphone and a cell phone, if you have thoughts, my UFC 283 thoughts are, A, the Bonfim brothers are phenomenal. That's no joke. Those two are insane. B, can we just agree Terrence McKinney is just a quitter bum? I hate to say it like that, but we saw guts on that card. We saw Lauren Murphy's guts, literally. We saw Glover's guts. Like, we have seen on that same card people go out there, not quit, keep coming forward. Terrence McKinney, obviously he was knocked out. He didn't choose to get knocked out cold like that. But I would say after the halfway point of the first round, that dude stopped trying. Just wing a random big punch, not shooting.
I think that's a kind of a wild accusation, but that's your prerogative.
Are you going to agree or not?
No, I don't think nothing. I didn't think he'd quit. I think he's an idiot when he fights a lot of times because he doesn't do what he should do and he thinks he can knock everyone out. But I don't think he ever quits.
See, I didn't read it as just bad fight IQ because I read it as he was like too scared.
He was overwhelmed. I would say he's overwhelmed.
But he wasn't even trying to engage. Maybe you're right, but he wasn't even trying to engage. He was like backing up, turning his head, just throwing one big punch at a time.
He was a little overwhelmed,
To me, it felt like he broke. But, I'm not in there. I'm out here, and I think I was plowing bugles while watching his fight. So I don't want to be the next troll shirt.
That could have been. I mean, that was record-setting. Your performance Saturday night might have been the most impressive of them all. I mean, the fact that Dana didn't give you $50K for a performance of the night, this dude Angelo didn't stop eating. I mean, that was 3 to 4 straight hours, and you can spin it how you want. You could tell him that it was just a little this, a little that, but your hand was moving to your mouth at least every 5 minutes for 3 to 4 straight hours with something in it.
Mostly drinks.
Nope.
I did not eat as much. Casey ate more than I did.
Nope.
I really didn't eat that much. I barely had any ribs. I didn't load up with queso. Where I feasted was the sausage and peppers were on point. Those were on
3
point.
bags of chips.
I only had 2 bags of Bugles and Casey ate 1. So the most I could have eaten is 1.
And then how did the night end?
How did it end?
How did it end?
I don't know. How did it end?
How did it end?
What?
How did it end?
Okay. So there was a lot. I made food for 27 people.
You don't need to justify it. I just want to know how. You don't need to prelude the punchline. The punchline was there.
I made food for 27 people. 5 people. How many people? Me, you, Bo, Scott.
I didn't eat any of that shit. So.
Oh, those red ribs. I couldn't stop. Me, you, Bo, Scott.
No, I'm talking about the stuff that you
Casey. Oh, sausage and peppers. So anyway, I had 5 people over, all large adult men. I mean, I'm 6'3", 250. Bo is 6'8", 250. Like
Discord is pretty sure that you're 5'6". By the way.
I guess I look small on camera because Kunitz said the same thing. Kunitz like, oh, I thought you were short. So whatever, fine. Anyway,
a lot of people were saying the general consensus was 5'6", 340.
I mean, it doesn't matter to me. Anyway, so I made food for a lot of large men and Casey. And Jacob. And I made a huge tray of sausage and peppers, amongst other things. I had to take the sausage and peppers, put it in a Tupperware at the end of the night. It didn't all fit in the Tupperware that I got. So I found myself standing over the sink, just plowing sausage and peppers till there was enough that the Tupperware could close. That's not that crazy.
It could have been on Discovery Channel. Like shot through your window, through the woods, just like, look at him in his natural habitat. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Look at the way he doesn't even need to chew. Amazing the way it slides down
swallowing
his throat.
sausages
The way
whole.
it just goes down, shovel after shovel. Ain't she a beauty? You could tell she's a female because of the size of her tits.
We have another caller, Joseph Hendricks. Before I put you on here, Jacob, what's the line here for if this dude could figure out how to use his microphone or not?
I think it's still minus 100. I'd say. I got faith.
Even money. All right, Joseph Hendricks, do you know how to use your phone?
Hello?
Hey! Somebody knows
Jimmy.
how to use their
Jimmy
phone.
Hendricks.
How are you, Joseph? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're all right, man. We're hanging out.
I'm so good.
What do you got for us?
I just wanted to say the calling only works on the computer. It doesn't work on the phone. I already
There
tried.
you go.
No, it absolutely works on the phone. It should.
Well.
Oh, on the phone you have to use Safari, so you need an iPhone.
Oh.
I have an iPhone.
Oh.
But
Things are
anyway.
Well, I'm glad you stuck with it. I'm glad you stuck with it.
yeah. But I just wanted to ask what you guys think about the new card coming. The Asian card.
Ooh. Here's I'm sure, Jacob, you haven't done your research yet, right?
I know some of the
not
names, though. I know some of the names, some of the matchups.
The Asian card.
Tatsuro. I'm excited to see Tatsuro, I'll tell you that.
He's a minus 1,000 favorite. So the Asian card, it's UFC Vegas 68. It starts late as hell. It was supposed to be, South Korea?
Right.
And then Korean Zombie dropped.
Headlined by Korean Zombie, right?
Yeah, so now they're doing it here. My thoughts on the card are I'll be asleep for most of it, but it should actually be a good card. It should be a straightforward card. So there's, I don't know if you or other people know, there's a couple of normal undercard fights, normal matchups. Then there's 4 fights from the Road to the UFC tournament, which is a tournament that we don't get to watch here. Then there's the main card. Outside of the Road to the UFC tournament, there's some pretty good matchups. Some pretty straightforward matchups. We should be good. Should be easy enough to pick those fights. The road to the UFC fights are going to be tough. What do you think? Did you do any research? You know anything about that card, Joseph?
No, I didn't do any research yet. I'm thinking about passing on this card.
I would.
Waiting on the next one.
I mean, the next card is UFC 280. We're lucky because there's only 3 weeks between pay-per-views. The next card is 284. What I will say about this Vegas 68 card, it is an quote-unquote easy card. I did my research. I immediately had bets. Immediately that I was like, yep, these are going to cash. Immediately had bets. Safety parlay was pretty easy to put together. I'm very confident, but it's also in the middle of the night, so it's a little harder to watch and enjoy. And I don't like just betting money and then waking up to see if I won or not.
Yeah. Jacob, I was gonna ask, after this card, are you gonna live stream for the next one?
I'm actually thinking about live streaming this one.
Do it.
Staying up all night and doing it. Well, it starts at 9 p.m. Central, I think. Is that what it was? I think it's 10 Eastern, 9 p.m. Central through the night. I mean, we might pull it all night. We might pull it all night. But Angelo doesn't want me to. He never lets me stream the pay-per-views. And the next card
I don't like him.
pay-per-view.
I don't like him streaming the pay-per-views.
He needs his meat in my mouth. That's.
I want him to come over and hang out like a person. Plus, we're adding a new segment for UFC 284, vlog style. It involves Jacob, so he won't be live shaving 284, but he might pull an all-nighter with you, college style. You're gonna go blow some Adderall and watch fights all night, screaming at your camera. Done.
Sign me up.
Joseph, anything else you want to add? Thanks for calling, by the way, and appreciate that you had to try twice.
Yeah, but I'm done. Thanks.
All right. Appreciate
Have a good
you.
one, man.
We'll have you next time, man.
I
Thanks
appreciate
for calling.
you.
See
More
ya.
than Angelo for sure.
Well, look at that, man.
Successful.
That was successful. Joseph.
Not all these people are idiots.
No, Joseph figured it. Joseph figured it out. 2 questions, 1 for each. I mean that. I'm trying to build sports talk radio here. I didn't do it either, Johnny Rockets. FYI. I just know that's what people do to stay up late. Not me. I have natural energy. I'm trying to build. I keep pinning. The problem is
You
the
have
people
natural energy. Holy cow. You skipped across the living room when Gregory Rodriguez got knocked out.
I
and then
went
you
nuts.
couldn't even get up out of your chair for the next hour. I have endless energy, whatever the fuck you just said.
Okay. Anyway, not true. Yeah, where's the slide? I was just going to, it's a few slides from now. I was going to talk about the vlog idea that we have. Well, I'll hit it when that slide comes. Here's the question. I pinned that comment from Mystery Science Foods, Science Gaming. Talk about that Glover fight should have been stopped. There were 2 fights on that card that people argued should have been stopped. Should some fights have been stopped by their corners at UFC 283, Jacob? Specifically the Glover fight and Lauren Murphy's fight. What do you think?
Well, there was another one that I think people are forgetting about where the person probably should have even been let into the octagon.
Lock of the week?
Simon Oliveira. Simon Oliveira did not even belong in the octagon with my dude in there. And the corner should have known that as soon as Lock of the Week video was announced. They should have done everything they could to get out of that fight. They didn't, and they paid the ultimate price. So that's definitely one that should have been stopped. The Lauren Murphy one, I think we all agree should have been stopped, even though she was throwing a little temper tantrum on Twitter or whatever the hell.
She went nuts on Twitter.
That was, yeah. And then, the Glover one as well. And even John Hackelman, is it Hackelman?
John Hackelman, yep.
Hackelman, he came out too and basically said he was in Glover's corner and basically said, I wanted to stop it after the 3rd round. I knew nothing was changing. I won. And he also admitted, I'm one of those people that always wants to stop a fight. Like I'm very conservative with the fighters, and I'm always in the camp of stop the fight if you don't think there's a chance to win. But he said that he wanted to stop it after the 3rd round and was outvoted by the corner. He accepted that. He didn't make a scene or anything about that, but said he definitely wanted to stop that main. I don't think after the 3rd it's probably a little bit early, but you could definitely tell at that 4th round that nothing was changed because he got Hill down, but he never threatened it, and then he was really struggling to even try to get Hill to the ground. So I don't think anything was changing. I would have stopped the Lauren Murphy fight, honestly, after the 3rd. Glover after the 4th, probably, and Simon Oliveira, shouldn't have showed up to the arena. His corner failed him the most.
Yeah, you said Lauren Murphy's after the 3rd. It was only a 3-round fight, but I hear you.
2nd, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big... I have no issues with stopping fights either because I am also in the camp of nothing's going to change. If nothing's going to change, then stop it. If it's just like they got a bad cut, but they're in the fight and they could still win it, no, don't stop it. If they can still win the fight in a reasonable fashion, don't stop it. But if you're relying on a wild overhand and there's already no way they're going to win a decision, and then you got to stop it. Because if they weren't able to get that submission in the first or second round when they're dry, getting in the third, fourth, fifth when they're sweaty, bloody, gross is highly unlikely. So obviously it depends on the fighter and stuff
And
like
there was
that.
never, I mean, Lauren Murphy
he almost
in that
had
fight,
his. Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say, Lauren Murphy in that fight, there was never a single moment where you're like, oh, that was a good, Lauren Murphy, a single shot, a single whatever. Everything was on. So there was like not a moment where you could be like, well, she did in the first, maybe she can do it again. And Glover was the same way. Even when he got the takedowns, he never had Hill threatened in any capacity. So it's not like
he broke
in the
his nose
in the second rounds that he was like ever in danger, or they could be like, oh, if he could get that same position, maybe he could advance a little bit. There was just never those moments to rely on to think, oh, he did it again. Maybe he can, do it again. So I definitely thought it should have been stopped.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Lauren Murphy one should have been stopped only because, like, that was a straight up mauling, and she had nothing. Quint, I'll pin you in a second. Thank you very, very much. Well, let me just do it now. $2 super chat from Quint Lasme. Good evening. How are you guys? Like the stream. And these are the best super chats. Donating some money, asking people to do something that helps us out. So appreciate you very much, Quint. And happy you're here. You're a premium member. Hop on. Join the stream.
He's a Discord mod.
Yeah, and a Discord mod. He was real pissed yesterday because I was like, guys, what do you want us to talk about? To do this, like kill time, and if people call in, great. And he was like, break down the next card. And I was like, fuck no, I'm not doing that. That's what Quick Picks is for. And he was not happy. He was like, wow, what? I don't even know then what's the point? What's the point? I don't even know the format. So I got you. My bad. I get a little aggressive sometimes. But thank you very much for the super chat. The Lauren Murphy stoppage. I think maybe I'm being sexist, and I have daughters, so I'm probably a little more sensitive to,
Whopper, junior, triple, double, Whopper.
Have it your way. I think the Lauren Murphy one was different than the Glover one in that it's not for a title. It's not for a legacy. And she was just getting absolutely mauled and offered nothing. She didn't even have 2 seconds of success in that fight. Okay, I'm comparing it to the Glover fight. The Glover fight, Glover did break his nose, did have 1 or 2 takedowns, and the one takedown was at the end of the round, right? And didn't he almost get his back when he was standing up? So, yes, it wasn't actually close, but it's like, okay, all right. Because I would argue that most of those Glover takedowns in the first of those takedown attempts weren't genuine takedown attempts. They were like deep fakes so that later, if Jamal gets comfortable, because he didn't commit to them. But the Glover one was different in that he obviously looked worse, especially the 4th to the 5th round. That is when that big cut opened up.
Right.
But Glover it's a title fight, and I do think there's some leeway in title fights. I'm in the let them die in a title fight camp with what's his name? Who's that ref? Lets everybody die. Herb Dean. I'm more Herb Dean when it comes to title fights. Outside of title fights, obviously every fight's very important, especially for your paycheck. But a title fight is different. Like, that changes your entire life.
There was a moment there where I thought that it could have been the best case scenario, honestly, where nobody has to do whatever this, and it still saves Glover, is after the 4th round when they brought the doctor in to look at the cut. The doctor should have just he should have just been like, I will stop the fight. Listen, the cut, yes, you can go on with the cut, but I'm looking at you right now. I'm also watching the fight. Let me save you from yourself. Blame the cut. I will take the blame for it. The corner doesn't get blamed. Glover doesn't get blamed. They can get pissed about it, but that's what I thought was going to happen. The doctor was going to come in and be like, listen, you're done. All right, let's call it here. We'll call it because of the cut, but it didn't happen, and it is what it is,
Yeah, I think first of all, Glover's retirement speech was great, right? I'm too tough for my own good, which is 100% true, and he has nothing to prove. The dude holds a ridiculous amount of records that are not going to be broken anytime soon. The most amount of stoppages
I'm going to break them. Mark my words right now. I will break all of Glover's light heavyweight records.
He has insane list of records, longevity. There was that one stat I retweeted that when the UFC started the rankings in 2000 and what? I forget the year. The very first rankings ever, Glover was
10 years ago.
Yeah, it was the very first time they did the rankings. Glover was in the top 10. He was number 5. And he retired at number 2, and he never once ever left the top 10 in 12 years, which is insane. At that weight class, that's insane. That's insane.
It is. No, I agree. No, he's
Even John Jones couldn't do it.
He's a hell of a dude, man. I know.
And the other,
he's a good, good friend of mine. So
the other thing that was awesome is when he basically said to the crowd who just pelted Brandon Moreno, he said, "I am going to walk Jamal Hill out of here. Treat him with respect." Well, I mean, he couldn't, but that's not the point. That's not.
No, everyone left. I mean, that's what a lot of the Brazilian fans got trashed for, and I understand it was like 2:30 or 3 in the morning there by the time the main event, I think, even started. But I think it was like halfway through Glover's fight, they started like filing out. It's like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah. That is right. Especially when you knew he was going to retire.
Great Hatsby. That's a good name.
Yep.
It is live.
Especially when you knew he was going to retire. Islam versus Volk. I think Volk is going to get murdered. I've got a premium bet on Islam. It's been up there for a while. The line's already moved. You missed it. I think Volk is just going to absolutely get smashed. My question to you is, do you think it ruins his legacy? Or do you think this is like a Max Holloway situation where he went up, lost to Dustin, came back down? Nobody cared. Didn't matter. Nobody cared. You think that's going to happen, or you think it's going to be like, hey, he's overrated?
What, if Volk gets smoked by Islam?
Yeah.
I don't think he gets smoked. I actually was watching I watched the Charles Oliveira and Islam fight earlier this afternoon. They just made that a free fight. And it wasn't the fight that I remember. It's that first round was so weird because Charles almost like pulled guard into that takedown. Islam really didn't do anything. And then Islam had that knockdown that he jumped right on top of and got that head and arm, just basically fell into it. But Islam didn't look overly dominant. I mean, he controlled the positions on the ground versus Charles. I know Charles off his back is much more dangerous than Volkov, so that's a much different animal. But even in those takedowns, Charles seemed like he was pretty strong and could kind of hold those positions a lot more than you think he would. And being a short, stocky guy in Volk, if he can really make Islam work, I wouldn't be surprised if this goes to a decision, honestly. I mean, people have gone to decisions with Islam before. It's not like he's just overly finishing everyone that he fights. But if he does get smoked, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Izzy went up, and that's what the comparison people are going to make. Izzy went up, he did lose, and nobody even seems to really give a shit. I mean, obviously he lost to Alex now, but nobody mentioned that in his legacy. It's just a chance to do something awesome, and if he somehow pulls this off, say it does go to a decision, and he's stuffing takedowns and in the clinch, throwing elbows, doing damage, that's crazy. So I think if you're Volk, you jump at this chance and see what happens.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with him doing it because he's beaten almost everybody in the weight class. I do think he's going to get smoked. I think he's absolutely pounded on, smoked. But I don't think it affects his legacy. I think his legacy is phenomenal 145-pounder. Shouldn't be fighting at 155, which is a reasonable thing. $4.99 super chat from Alberto B. Support Dono. Thank you, Alberto. Very, very appreciated. Very appreciated. Jacob, sing him a song while I refill. A nice song. Oh. Hit your notes, all the things.
There's a first refill. Let's keep track of those on the chalkboard. How many bathroom breaks? How many refills he is? Somebody asked, and I want to talk on this before Angel got up, was what is Volk's best path to victory? I would say he has to obviously make Islam work for those takedowns, right? They can't be open mat takedowns and he's automatically on his back because I think he's really going to struggle to get up. I think he can get up once he gets to the fence, but he's going to really struggle to get up in the open mat takedowns. So he can't give up open mat takedowns. He has to get Islam to push him against the cage for his takedowns, make him work. And while he's working for those takedowns, you have to punish him, right? You have to do something. You have to be ready with the dirty boxing, the tie, the knees, everything. You have to be ready to put on some damage while he's also working to get those takedowns. If these takedowns are easy and you're not doing damage, you're not going to win the fight. So if he really wants to win the fight, he's got to do damage in those clinch situations, elbows. You see Conor a lot the second someone gets on his hips, it is boom, boom, and you're not going to stay in that same position, which I think Islam likes to do a lot of times. He kind of holds his body there and waits to see what you're going to do, and then he reacts to that, and he's very good at it, right? He's waiting for you to make the mistake. One misstep, he feels your weight, and he's taking you the other way. You know, if while he's waiting, you're in there with elbows, you're making it dirty, you got to make him panic a little bit. But he's just so mentally tough as well. I don't think he's ever going to get in those panic situations. But you guys just got to do damage when you can do damage.
I hear you. I mean, and Volk has the cardio to determine. He is the type of guy that could at least stay busy that long. And he's, we haven't seen him be chinny. We haven't seen him susceptible to submissions just yet. So
who is he got knocked the fuck out.
Volk.
Oh.
So. I do think he gets
susceptible submissions.
Who submitted him?
Well, Ortega. I mean, I don't even know how
almost did. But exactly. He somehow survived. Exactly. So I think he absolutely gets mauled, but he's got the cardio. He's busy. He's maybe being short and stocky might make the wrestling a little harder, which frankly it does. But Islam also has hands. So I think it's
pretty underrated. I was actually, when I rewatched it back today, I was like, holy cow, because it wasn't just that one punch. It's not like he just landed a lucky punch. I mean, one of the first punches he threw was just like, I think it was just like a straight left hand that just right on the button. There was a few combos where there was a 2 or 3 punch combo on both sides. They threw it at the same time, and Islam was landing and not Charles. So his striking is definitely a little bit underrated, I would say. But I wouldn't think that's his path to victory versus Volk. Volk's such a good boxer.
No, definitely not his path, but at least he's not 100% clueless at the start of every round. So I do think it's a mauling, though. I absolutely think it's a mauling. It should be a fun. The card's a little.
Well, are you surprised about the odds? I'm a little surprised about the odds. I think he's like a minus 300. I would have expected like a minus 450, honestly, or more.
Let's take.
I know it's Volkanovski, but it feels like the general consensus is your consensus. I think most people would assume that Islam, this big dude, bigger weight, the dominant wrestler, is going to come in and just maul this undersized guy. So I'm surprised that the money isn't more than what it is. Minus 400, minus 450 doesn't seem too crazy to me.
I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that most people, I think. Oh, let's see what best fight odds shows with the line movement. 284. They don't even have that fight. Hold on. They have UFC 284 twice on here.
He opened at a 380. Is what it's in October, I guess, and it got bet down to 260.
This is showing Islam opened at minus 295. Now he's minus 350. Oh, on DraftKings specifically. If we check Bet Online, minus 330, now minus 350. So DraftKings, he had what seems to be the widest line movement. So I think once the fight gets closer is when it's really going to take off. That's
obviously. Right.
And if you guys, let's talk about it. Let's talk about that. There's that show. Do you ever see Good Mythical Morning?
No.
It's a show on YouTube or channel on YouTube, and it's just like
the only channel I watch on YouTube is We Want Picks. And if you'd like to watch We Want Picks, make sure you click the bell so wherever the fuck it's at, so you know when all of our videos go. I don't know. I lost my train of thought, to be honest with you.
It was right there. I mean, it was literally.
I was gonna go with the premium too, and then I just stopped caring.
Okay, that's the story of this channel. Angelo here, week in, week out, grinding. Jacob sometimes cares, sometimes doesn't. That's the problem.
Definitely shows.
That's ultimately the problem. New segments for We Want Picks. I had an idea, guys.
Can you stop slamming your mouse too? Yeah.
I had an idea. We Saturday, I spent half the day cooking, like an Italian grandmother. I spent half the day cooking, making some food. I knew people were coming over. So all day I'm cooking, and then at night I'm drinking. People are over, we're hanging out, we're watching the fights. And I figured, hey, we could record all of this and turn it into a little vlog called Fight Foods. And it could start with like what I'm making, because every time there's a pay-per-view, I'm making food. So what I'm making, the spread. And then, Jacob's coming over, other people are coming over, and it'll just be clips of, once it's all edited down, clips of us hanging out, watching the fights, laughing, doing all the things, making fun of each other. And I figured that might be a cool little segment. A lot of you are like very interested in like who we actually are and what actually happens and outside of this and just life. Jacob did that lock of the week video where you just recorded yourself going to Target and buying something, right?
I've done a few of those because, content and production is what I do and what I'm not best at, because I'm the best at pretty much everything I do. But
Great Hatsby doesn't give a fuck. Jacob, we're done talking about it. Great Hatsby doesn't care. And we care what he cares. So we're done. Move on. Sorry, my bad. Fuck him. Go ahead.
I didn't know if you were being serious or not.
I was being sarcastic. He commented, "What the fuck? We don't care."
What the fuck? No, we aren't. You don't even know what he's talking about, do you?
I said a lot of people are interested in seeing behind the scenes. And he's saying, no, we aren't.
Didn't he donate earlier?
No, you just said cool name, bro.
Oh, he just commented.
Yeah.
Interesting. What's going on?
You had a story to finish.
Oh, not much for a story. I went to Target one time, and then I went and got water out of my car one time.
And people loved it. The comments were like, loved it. Jacob should have a vlog. Jacob should have a vlog. This is amazing. But anyway, just an idea we had. And Great Hats, but you don't want to watch, do me a favor. Just unsubscribe and kick rocks, bro. Negative Nance. I don't need that negative energy.
Stop slamming your goddamn mouse. Holy shit.
I'm feng shui. I've got incense candles go. I don't need this negativity. I don't need it. Anyway, that was an idea. Just a very well edited video of what happens on fight day. The cooking,
the
love
fights,
making, the hanging out,
the hot tubbing,
the shitting on each other. Like, here's a good example
of
what happened. Here's a good example of what happened on Saturday. So on Saturday,
come out, then the butter comes out, then the chocolate syrup comes out, and then I'm not coming out.
I know a lot of people are still waiting for that. We said Gilbert Burns is probably a fade for DraftKings because he historically doesn't score that well. And then he went out there and he murdered Neil Magny.
Fade of the year.
So then Jacob
Fade of the year. If I would have known that you were telling people that Gilbert Burns was the fade of the year,
nobody said fade. Nobody said fade of the year. Shut up.
You said fade of the year. You said he was a DraftKings
I did not.
fade of the year.
I did not.
And if I would have known that, like you, literally when you told me that, I was physically sick that you told people that he's a fade of anything against like Neil Magny. What the hell was Neil Magny ever gonna do to Gilbert Burns? That is the same argument. I mean, my 3.5 bets were the best bets and the best value anyone has ever placed.
Agreed.
Because Gilbert Burns minus 3.5. What the fuck was Neil Magny ever gonna do to Gilbert Burns? Absolutely nothing. Jessica Andrade, Lauren Murphy. What the fuck was Lauren Murphy? Yeah, she's tough. Whoa. There was nothing that Lauren Murphy was ever going to do to Jessica Andrade. Minus 3.5. Easy money. And then Thiago Moises, obviously, was the newcomer, and, that is what it is. Who showed he was pretty tough. I mean, that kid was pretty tough.
He actually, there was a minute there where I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, but, I mean, there was the Neil Magny fight and the Lauren Murphy, it's like, how can you look at those people against the people they're fighting and think they have any threat to this person? It was a complete joke.
When you talk fade, first of all, fade in DraftKings, not betting, because Gilbert Burns was in the safety parlay. When you talk fade in DraftKings, you got to look at what they cost and how many points they earn. And he actually, fade-wise, he scored fewer points than 4 different people that were cheaper than him. So, like, if you're a high-level DraftKings player, it was the play to fade him. But the context of it all was absolutely hilarious. because I'm like, I did say the fate of a DraftKings, and then he murders Neil Magny, and then you and Casey just
the takedown too. He just picks him up and just zero resistance. It's like if me and you wrestled, that's exactly what would happen. He just went, like Neil Magny had no idea what the hell he was doing. It was incredible.
And the timing of it was, I think there was two things. The timing was perfect. I think the timing of that was, I was like, yeah, we actually said the fate of a DraftKings, and then he just murders them, and you and Casey were just absolutely laying into me, and then you called. So I picked Diego Ferreira to beat Gregory Rodriguez. And then you were like, well, he's a wrestler, dude. Why would he? He's a wrestler. And I was like, oh, yeah. And like I waited like 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, yeah, here's the wrestler, Jacob. No, how many takedowns? And then as soon as I was like making fun of Jacob calling wrestler, he shot some shitty fucking takedown.
No, it was a good takedown. I mean, he got in deep on that high crotch. But
it was just so... It was like sitcom comedic timing from when I made my stupid ass comment. And that was happening a few years ago.
Where's the takedowns? And immediately shoots a takedown.
Literally.
It was like mid-sentence, too. You're like,
I had nothing to say. And then you and Casey and Bo just laid into me. But anyway, that's a segment we're just looking at. I'm figuring out, I'll probably just record it all. Just set up a camera, record all the Hangout, all of that stuff, and then just ship it off to Fiverr and pay somebody to do a high-quality editing job. And it'll just be once a month for the pay-per-views. Jacob agreed. So this, We Want Picks is a company. There's multiple, we all pay taxes on the money we make from here. This is not somebody on Twitter asking for random money. This is not the lock of the night pyramid scheme, Ponzi scheme. This is a company. Jacob's getting a 1099. Actually, I need your social security number so I can send you a 1099.
Yeah, I bet you do.
I bet Jacob's getting a 1099.
Good fucking luck, buddy. Good fucking luck.
Right now, there's 3 of us that are permanent, and then 2 more that we just brought in that we're sort of rolling out, phasing up, and we'll incorporate them more and more. So there's 5 of us total, and that does not include like phenomenal people like Artem who are contributing in there. I'm talking about people
I bet Artem's excited, right? Because this is gonna be a normal time for him for the card.
I would imagine
it's got to be a normal time. I think he's probably
has
asleep right now, or I don't know what. I guess he's tomorrow now.
I mean, he's also in New Zealand and not South Korea, but it must be better than.
If it's starting at 9 p.m. here, I bet it starts at 2 or 3 in the afternoon there, like a normal card.
So there's no, I agree. And listen, Artem's going to be a much bigger part of this channel. We'll when we're in our 2.0 phase in a couple of months.
Oh, I forgot.
We'll talk about that.
Somebody said Kunith ? Yeah, Kunith, fuck you, dude. Like, seriously. Like, because I really thought that Angela was looking to do guest people, whatever, and I was nervous when he said it was going to be you. I was hoping it'd be somebody come in and just absolutely bombed, obviously. You know, I was hoping that the entire channel might fail because of my absence. And what ended up happening was people fucking loved you, Kunith. I mean, you did a fantastic job. We appreciate you filling in. And they absolutely loved you. And me and Angela had to sit down and have a real talk on how important I really am to this channel. So, Kunith, I almost lost my job because of you, but we appreciate you filling in.
Nice little reality check for Jacob. That's always great. That's always nice.
And look at me, giving 100% effort now.
Yeah, lead it back.
I'm checked out, Kunith. You checked me out.
But where I was going with that is, so I mentioned the filming the vlog. All right, we got a $2 super chat. $2 super chat from Mike Sal's. Sounds like a phenomenal pizza joint, honestly. Thank you guys for the picks last week. # premium. Thank you, Mike. Genuinely, thank you for the $2 super chat. And thank you for shouting out the premium. Thank you very much. And last week, premium members cleaned up last week. And I appreciate a lot of the comments were from premium members saying, thank you for this. Jacob, thank you for this. Angelo, thank you for the Pajeda pick. One of the most genuine comments that I loved, really choked me up, was I would have, something like a year ago, I would have bet the farm on Gregory Rodriguez, but I'm a premium member. I value your guys' opinion. And when I saw your breakdown, I just avoided it. Thank you very much. And it's like, honestly, what's really cool about that shout out is he didn't say, I tailed your bet, right? It wasn't I tailed your bet. It was, I heard your breakdown, I processed the information, and I made up my own mind with that information. And that is way more valuable than copy pasting the bets. Way more valuable. Because, we want to
teach a man.
Teach a man to fish.
If you give a man, so if you meet a man and he's hungry and you have on you some fish, right? And you're thinking, I'm going to give him, I might just give him a fish. That way he can eat. You know what? He probably will take that fish. He probably will, cook that fish up and he will eat that night. What's he going to do tomorrow night? What's he going to do? What's he going to do the night after that? Are you going to sit there and give him a fish every single day? I think not. What you got to do is get that man a pole, get that man some lures and some bait, and you guys go out there and you spend an afternoon.
We have a caller.
Teach that man. Excuse me. And you teach that man to fish. Because when you teach a man to fish, that man's never going to go hungry unless that lake freezes over. Then he's going to struggle. Because ice fishing is much different than regular fishing. You see, when ice fishing, you got to really get out there you got to go half a mile out there. And when you're dropping lines, when you're ice fishing, it's not bass fishing, right? But you got to find the depth. And if you're not experienced enough to know the depth while ice fishing, you're going to really struggle. And I like to go out there, I think some of the best spots are probably upper Wisconsin, lower Minnesota. You got to go. I'm
calling it.
Middle of February.
I'm calling it. This is insane. Slim, welcome to the show. Can you use your microphone? Goddamn. Nope. Slim, are you there? Oh, Jesus Christ. I see him chatting in the Discord. Jesus fucking. I just messaged him. Jesus Christ. Well, I'm sorry I cut off your insane babble.
Jesus Cristo. Jesus Cristo.
Where I went with the team here is I mentioned the new segment. I called Jacob about it. I'm like, Jacob, what do you think about this? And he's like, I love it. Because we're different. We'll talk about the core three. Me, Jacob, Josh. Josh runs the website and does a lot more, but it's easy to just say he runs the website. Slim said he joined by accident. Unbelievable.
So that doesn't even count. Or do you want it to count?
I'm not going to count it.
We're one of three? One for three?
We're one
of three?
Well, we had 4 callers is the real story. That's the story. This'll be something. Once people get comfortable calling in and they see other people calling, it's not a big... This will be... There is nobody else doing this. Nobody else. Like at this level. Obviously, Pat McAfee's doing it. Nobody else at this level is doing it.
But we're going to bury Pat McAfee. I'm coming for you, Pat. You son of a bitch. They talk about video games and stuff.
So?
I thought that was going to be relevant, and then I realized as I was saying that has nothing to do with anything. They talk about video games and stuff.
He says so. Who gives a shit?
Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Is it bedtime? How long are you doing this? An hour? Holy shit.
So there's 3 of us. 3 core people. Then we brought in an incredible statistics guy, and then we brought in an incredible, I don't want to call him marketing, I don't want to call him an editor, but like very familiar with this space to sort of clip it, ship it, promote, push, and grow that way. So they're much newer to all of this. We'll incorporate them more, and though I am 1,000% sure that at some point all of our mortgages will be paid from this. With that being said, we have different
I gotta
fund
get one first.
Yeah, you have Jacob's rent. We have different
it's a
visions.
penthouse though, so I don't know.
Sure, yeah.
You guys are gonna have to really support us, guys. You guys are gonna really have to like the stream, subscribe. What?
We have different ideas, visions, and we're good at different things. So when I said, hey, what about this Fight Foods idea? Jacob, as you know,
we can't forget about the Discord mods. They take up all the salary. And I0 hasn't even been here for weeks. What the hell is he doing?
He might be dead. Oh no, I see him live on Discord right now, playing Escape in the back rooms. Ooh, that sounds filthy.
God,
That's
what we pay those people.
Filthy.
Anyway,
Anyway, Jacob is a content first guy. That's the only thing Jacob cares about. The content, the entertainment value. I mean, obviously he cares about good bets and all that. I'm just talking about the core, whatever. Jacob is content above all. I am more value above all. I want that $10. I want to create a premium where that $10 is like the easiest money anybody in the history of time have ever spent. And then Josh is somewhere in between, right? There's times where he's 100%, like him and I are 100% aligned with this will be the greatest $10 value in the history of time. And then there's times where he was like, I agree. The content is the most important, but then also like, but the people voted for this. So we have different values. So it's nice because Josh will tell me no, Jacob will fucking write LOL, and then I want to strangle his stupid skinny dweeb neck. So it's a nice balance where we all bicker and fight, but try to do the right things for the channel. And fight foods might be one of the things that we try to do.
Just trying to follow Father's plan.
I'm Father. Speaking of new premium features, Okay, Jesus Christ, Daddy, chill.
Daddy,
chill.
What the hell even is that?
Yeah, I just saw that. Obviously that's been around for years, but I just saw some other video, and somebody in the comment section wrote "Daddy chill vibes," and then it just triggered me to go watch the Daddy chill video. It's so good.
What the hell even is that?
Daddy chill is so funny.
Daddy chill.
I'm gonna show you guys.
You think I could do that?
No.
You think I could? You don't think my female voice is? If we just turn my camera off all the time and I could be the female contributor, you don't think we can pull that off? Scam them all?
Not that fucking scar on your face. Anyway.
Daddy chill.
This is
Angelo.
Okay. I'm trying to show people the newest premium feature we added that costs nothing.
What are you doing? What are you doing, Angelo? What are you doing? Hey, how's your day?
You sound like a Thai may have a penis hooker. That's what you sound like.
They make a lot of money.
I'm sure they do. Anyway, this is right now what you're seeing on the screen. This is premium membership. This is when you log into premium, everything is now premium. Picks, this is all premium. I'm not going to click on them. Bets, these are all premium. DraftKings, premium. This is all premium content. What I'm showing you right now
Wow, look at this. Well, holy cow, look at this.
If I click on my tab, it is all of my bets. Jacobs, it's all of Jacobs. It's broken out. I'm not showing you that because that is premium content. What I am showing you is this brand new line movement chart. I'm going to make us even smaller so it's easier to see.
Whoa!
Didn't change a fucking thing. Let me zoom in because that changed literally nothing. Oh, it's screwing up the... All right, well, whatever. This chart here is tracking line movement. We brought on Josh Shocks. You see him in the premium. Give him a shout out. Josh Shocks is a data analyst. He understands numbers. He understands the sport. And we said, Josh, help us track line movement. What we want is premium members to log in, immediately see the line movement, and be able to make decisions off of that. And then we can go back to it and reflect on it. So, for example, last week, there was a ton of line movement on Brandon Moreno towards the end. There was line movement on Ishmael Bonfim. And if we were tracking that line movement, we could see what it was doing. And then after the fact, we can say, okay, these 5 fighters had line movement of 5% or more. And they all won. So going forward, do X. So let's look at this very quickly. This is a line movement chart. You can interact with all of this. And this is, I don't want to say live data because we don't have an API, but this will get updated multiple times, so it ends up being live. On the left is the fight order, so you can see Derek Lewis versus Sergey Spivak. You see the opening odds, so Derek Lewis plus 185. The current odds, he's plus 190. The probability of Derek Lewis to win this fight, the odds are saying it is 33.25%, and his line movement from opening to today is plus 1.7. Plus means he became a larger underdog. Minus is a larger favorite. If we sort this, these are the people who have become larger underdogs. If we do it again, Toshiami Kazama went from a plus 450 to a plus 325. He is still a massive underdog. So the line movement isn't that meaningful, right? He still only has a 22% chance of winning this fight, according to the odds. But if we come down and we look at a favorite that moved, well, we see Anshul Jubil went from minus 110, which is a 50-50 fight, to a minus 120, and that's 4% movement. So anyway, we've added this for premium members. It is available right now, this very minute, if you want to go play with that, and that'll continue to get updated. So we're just... You're so bizarre. Anyway, that's stuff that we're adding. If you guys have new stuff you want us to add, let us know. But with Josh Shocks here and his... he has... way more data to give us, but we're slow and steadying it, rolling it out logically, because the last thing we want to do is overwhelm people with numbers. We took a look at what some other people are offering in the industry. One guy has a spreadsheet that is as wide as an ultra-wide monitor with 75 colors, 38 columns. It is, you look at it, you don't even know what to do with it. And that is the exact opposite of what we're trying to do. We're trying to give you easy to digest, logical information that you can make decisions off of. Jacob, sit up in your chair and get to work. This is insane.
Ben Matherin, 26 points tonight. We're feeling good about that. We still got that bet on Rookie of the Year for him.
You hedged I see you hedged your Cowboys bet, and that worked out for you?
Yeah. I had, if I didn't hedge it, it was $1,200 win. Obviously, I was, how much did I put in on that? 100? Yeah, I think it was 100 would have been out. Because I think it was just under 100 to win 1,200 on that parlay. 14 parlay for the weekend, and the Cowboys were the last leg, and I thought, well, it's the Cowboys. So I put, I think like 450 on the 49ers to win 230, 240 on the hedge. So I ended up coming out ahead, but would have liked the Cowboys, you know.
You also bet Giants to win the division, didn't you?
To win the NFC, yeah, that one lost as well. And I had Bills to win the Super Bowl, and that one lost as well. But the parlay this weekend that I'm playing is Bengals and Eagles. Bengals and Eagles. And I got the Bengals early. The Bengals, they opened at +1, I think. I bet their money line at minus like 107, 108. And now they're a 2.5 point favorite on like minus 130 or something like that. Because I think people are pretty worried about Patrick Mahomes and his knee and his foot and his ankle and how he's gonna progress with that. So I'm all over the Bengals. Joey B's a cold dude, man.
I just love that his nickname is Shiesty, because Shiesty is a word that we used growing up in the North. You never heard the word shiesty? I don't even like shiesty.
No, I didn't know people. I know the name. I know what it means. I've never heard anyone call Joey B shiesty.
Am I confusing him with somebody else? Everybody calls him shiesty.
Usually he's Joe Cool.
Oh no, everybody calls him shiesty.
Guys, Ice.
Everybody calls him shiesty, which I don't even know why they call him shiesty. Because shiesty, to me, we use shiesty constantly growing up. It's like a sketchy dude. Like he's trying to con you. He's a scam artist. You can't believe it. That dude is shiesty as hell. You cannot believe anything he says. That's what shiesty means to me. But they call him shiesty. They call him shiesty. Well, I don't know how. You're a bigger football fan than I am.
That's what I'm saying. Stop slamming your goddamn mouse over and over and over and over.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Did that annoy you? Let me do an 11-minute segment in my southern accent about fishing.
Well, you never stopped me. I just stopped you. Pretty cold, so.
I literally had to mute you. Guys, we'll hang out for another 15 minutes, and then we're out of here. If you want to call in. Just please know how to use your microphone, because I'm starting to get embarrassed for you people and your understanding of technology, making me rethink this whole premium thing. Holy shit. Do I have to text you information? If I could figure out how to text you guys the bets, I will. And we will figure that out. I promise. Jakey boy, did you peek out the window yet? It's snowing. I've gotten a couple texts. My neighbor texted me. What did he text me?
There's nobody this that
is
loves
legit
snow more than Texas. I mean, they act like, holy shit, it's like the end of the world.
Oh
my God,
snow.
It's snowing. Look at all the snow. I'm from Indiana. The birthplace of snow.
The birthplace of snow. And the resting place for teeth.
Stop slamming your mouth. Oh my God. What do we got to
First
do,
of all,
man?
the
What do we
resting
gotta
place
do?
the resting place for teeth was a solid. I mean, that was a solid.
Yeah, you delivered it with the
Drop the
signature
mic.
punch. Like, oh, I did good. Let me fucking applaud myself.
Bang. Joey T with no video, it's vertical.
Oh shit.
Oh
Jesus
God,
Christ.
Joey.
Jesus Christ. And Joe, you've
He
called
thought he was
in
going to be the
before.
one that came in here and had it all figured out.
What the hell?
Well, it's all
Hold
right. We
on,
know.
I'll join right back.
I mean, it's
Joey
a
T's
link.
like, I got this, guys. I got this. Watch what happens. He was going to show up, shoot the shit.
While we're waiting for Joe, somebody asked about. I lost it. Somebody asked about Umar Nurmagomedov and Sean O'Malley. Is that an actual fight that's booked, or a rumor, or is this
I
just
saw
a
that,
random
and then I was
question?
on Twitter to look at for it, and then I got distracted with the Ben Matherin stuff, and then I got even more distracted with.
If that's a booked fight,
Other
Umar
things.
smokes that.
It's
clown.
not a book fight. There's nothing.
I mean,
else on
Umar
it.
smokes him. So here we go. Let's just hope. I'm going to put Joe on here. I just hope. Best case scenario, his microphone works, his camera works, and he has sleeves on. Ah, fuck.
There she goes.
Oh God.
What's going on, Joe?
What's up, man?
How you,
Jesus Christ.
how you doing? Where'd your
Doing all right,
sleeves
man. How y'all
go?
doing?
We're all right. How you doing?
I'm doing
Shit.
great.
Where are you?
Angela's struggling, but
I'm sweating my sixth leg for college basketball right now.
So, hold your phone sideways.
well,
That didn't change
Jesus,
it.
I got you, Joe. Joe, hold on, Joe, hold on, hold on, Joe. God, hold on.
All right, hold it regular because this isn't working.
Hell no.
He almost fell out of the goddamn
I would go
screen.
through my laptop. I can't find my charger cord.
No, you're good. What's up, Joe? What do you have for us?
If you guys want info for that road to the UFC thing, it's on It's on I believe UFC YouTube or UFC Fight Pass. You can find the fights.
Oh my God, I think my monthly free thing no, it wasn't free. My
You pay
monthly
for
thing of
Fight
Fight Pass, I think just
No, you can find it on YouTube as well. This is Road to the UFC episodes.
Well, we appreciate that then.
Yeah, that's
I
those
saw the
fights
card,
were
I'm like, what the hell?
those fights were hard to do. I mean, I watched them all. I did the picks. Everything's up there now. Those fights were very hard to find
Very.
information for. Outside of, because there's the fights in the road to UFC, but some of those guys are vets that have like 16, 17 fights, and it took a lot of digging to find those fights. But we did it. We did it.
How you feeling, Jake?
How am I feeling?
Yeah.
Honestly, to be honest, because I was sick last week, I don't think I felt 100% until like Sunday. Like Sunday was the first time I actually woke up and was like, "Oh, I feel like I have good energy. I feel like everything." Because it took a lot of me. I never got tested, but I assume it was probably COVID because I had a fever. I think on Wednesday, and but we're feeling good. We're feeling good. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Have you spent all that DraftKings money yet?
No, fucking no.
There you go, attaboy. Usually people be like, "Oh yeah, fuck yeah, it was gone a long time ago."
I took care of some family, and then now I got the rest saved.
There you go.
Good. Yeah, leave
Smart
it like
man.
that.
Smart man.
'Cause, yeah, don't forget, you got to pay taxes on it.
Oh, don't remind me. Jesus.
Yeah, no, don't forget.
I think in
And
Jersey,
that's
I think I'm probably going to pay between like 6 to 9.
plus whatever tax bracket you're already in.
Yeah, probably 10, 11.
Yeah, I mean,
Not much.
you're
It's
definitely
much.
gonna. That's a lot of people's mistakes. They don't factor in the taxes. That's what happened with that Lock of the Night Ponzi scheme. I'm sure
I
spent
didn't
it,
get too much on
and
it,
now
but-
they're all in for a rude awakening.
So, Jake, you really want to do an all-night stream for the fight card?
Do you think I should, Joey?
Do it for the people.
I think it'd be fun. I mean, hell, I probably will stay up anyway, so I might as well I'll have
Take a
better
nap.
energy if I sit here in front of the camera and talk to people. They'll give me energy, and I can hopefully give them energy too. So we might. I think we're gonna try and pull it off. Honestly, might as well. Fuck it.
Man, I'll tune in, but I got to take a nap first.
No, you better be here. If you're not here start to finish, Joey, I'm not doing it. So
Hey,
that's the
Bring me
stipulation.
on. I'll come. Look, you bring me on. I'll come in.
You got monsters, right? Red Bulls. What are you rocking?
Beer.
Okay,
Celsius.
well,
Oh.
there you go. Actually, that'd be a
Beer and
perfect
wine.
time. So, except
Beer,
I
wine, and
think
moonshine.
you had issues with that one time with too many drinks, Joey.
Oh God, don't remind me of that. I was with a group of people, and they're like, "Is that dude with the broken nose gonna win?" I'm like, "No, freaking Danny Roberts is gonna clip his ass."
We just
Yeah,
gotta
I'm
make sure
sure.
we get the
Oh,
waters.
man.
As long as you get the waters, I think you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Well, Joey, you have any questions for us?
No, I'm saying just, hey, you should definitely do more of these streams though. They are pretty good for the people. Also, I'm probably gonna reach out to you. I'm gonna see what kind of stuff you want to work on, and we can talk about that.
What does that mean?
There you go. Put him
I
on
don't
the
know. You
spot.
said there's
Put
like
him on the
4
spot, Joey.
activities for the website.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, right now we're looking for. So we just brought in a stats guy, Josh Shocks. We just brought in somebody's going to really help us with. I don't want to put him in a box of like marketing, whatever, but he's going to help us do a lot of that stuff. We need writers though. Can you
I
write,
could probably
Joe?
do like my prediction of fights.
But you like
So I
can
always
you
do like
write
my
it?
main breakdown and
Like spell your when I say you're tall.
YOU_RE.
All right,
You're hired. You're fucking
You're
hired.
That's it. You're hired.
That's it.
That's it. That was it.
If I have a vote, you're in.
That's
Yeah,
it.
we can definitely do that. I don't mind writing though. I like doing my own predictions. I do my own write ups and everything else.
You're in. I appreciate you very much. So yeah, you're good. No, reach out. You want to write articles because I know you. I think you're trying to do your own thing too. So
Like a little bit here
Any-
and there. I went
Sure.
10-5 on the last card.
it's not great, but yeah, no, I'm just
It's not
kidding.
great,
no, I'm just.
What
I'm
screwed
just.
me
I'm
was
just.
the last 3 fights. For some reason, I was feeling if Magny was to win, it would be
Oh
a
my
decision.
god, I
You
forgot.
But I
picked
had a
Magny.
bet on Gilbert Burns.
Jesus Christ.
No, here's the
Well,
thing.
you
I
just
kind of
you just
went
lost
back
my
and
vote,
forth.
Joey.
I said Magny would win a possible decision if he uses range, but I also threw a major bet on Gilbert Burns by sub.
Sure.
There you go. That's the way to
Yeah,
play.
I mean-
Play both sides. Easy
I kind of
peasy.
hypocritic myself a little bit, but
Yeah,
then I was on Figgy.
losing I lost the main and the co-main.
That's what I
at
did,
least
too. I
those
lost
are
the last
at
three
least
fights.
those are logical. I mean listen, Gilbert Burns was going to win that fight.
Oh yeah,
Fade of the year.
DraftKings fade. Yeah, I mean, reach out and we can figure it out. What we do for writers, we'll figure out what you want to write about. We'll go from there, and then anybody who writes for us, we promote those, and they can plug all their own shit. Like we're not going to tell you, oh, you can't plug your own thing. You know what I mean? So that's what we do with the writing.
oh, that sounds good though. But yeah, I'll
We're
definitely,
basically giving people a platform.
I'll definitely hit you up on Facebook. We can talk about it.
All right, sounds good. And
All right.
and for writing, real quick, because a couple people are asking questions about writers and stuff like that. For writing, it doesn't have to be picks. It could be reactions, recaps, could be random like future literally, anything that has that's well written, that's interesting. Could be clickbait. It could be something not click. I actually hate clickbait, but it could be something like
OnlyFans reviews.
what, dude? If we had an article, if Jacob spent the time to sign up for every single UFC female UFC's OnlyFans and write up the level of content and if it was worth the money or not, that would.
man.
But dude,
I
if
could do
you made that a
an OnlyFans
video,
reviewed.
if
Oh,
you
that's not a bad idea to do an OnlyFans
Dude.
review video.
and like you don't even have to show their picture.
Right. No,
I
you
watched
just-
this one.
Hey, I'm on this
no
one right now.
nipples, no crotch, no. I watched this one. It's basically porn. It's the best $10 I ever spent. I did this. That would be by far the most popular video, the most popular article. I mean, that would. You should do that, Jacob. Jacob, this is my as your boss. I am asking you to do that.
Whew. Yeah,
That
I
would
need to
crush.
get the full. Yeah, I need to get the full list.
I'll pay you. You tell me what it costs. I'll give you the money to sign up. 1 month. That's all you need. I'll give you the money to sign up. Jacob's gonna do his research for that and just show up skinnier and more like drawn out, just drained, worn down, calloused.
Like Matthew McConaughey in Dallas Buyers Club.
yeah, you just
Just sitting, just all shriveled up.
Milked yourself dry. It's
been over 30 days.
I'm 100% serious because there's like 25 of them now, and it is probably the greatest service that we can do for everybody. Hey guys, I signed up for every
you're gonna like this one.
single female UFC or MMA fighters only fan, and I'm gonna break it down for you.
It's a good video.
100%. 100%.
Somebody's gonna steal it now.
They are. Honestly, they are. Just do it, and they can't steal it. And you'll do it, and you'll at least be entertaining about it too, and not just like a full-blown creep. You let me know what the bill is. I'll pay you for it, and then you do it.
I just gotta hide their slopes from my wife.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
You know.
I don't know.
That's
Any last
that's
words?
a double entendre there.
Yes. Any last words for us, Joey?
I'll answer Zodiac and Kenny Ash real quick. Zodiac, for my picks, I don't really have the full picks yet. For when I usually start my breakdown like Tuesday or Wednesday, and I get it going that way, and I can put my picks in the Discord, go from there, or if I get into it, maybe I'll do my first article for this card. So we can maybe knock that out. And Kenny Ash, I don't play pool, but I have an uncle who plays pool. Him and my aunt actually play pool for tournaments, and they actually go out to Vegas. So if you see their last names, then yeah, they're my aunt and uncle that play pool.
It's also Todoro.
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
You know, there was one thing that I will admit that I'm honestly like good at like pretty much fucking everything I do. Like what I'm just naturally good at literally everything except for pool. I'm fucking terrible.
Oh, I'll tear someone's ass up in pool.
I'm fucking terrible. I like playing it, but I am fucking terrible.
That and darts.
At pool. I'm good at dart. I'll fuck up. I'll fuck up.
Jacob's surprisingly good at ping pong, cornhole.
Magic the Gathering.
I'm better than you at Can Jam. I'm better than most at Can Jam.
You're not better than me at Can Jam.
Get the fuck out. Laser accuracy with a frisbee.
Holy
Have we
shit,
even competed against each other?
Frisbee. Holy shit.
Have we even
Go
competed
stand a
against
mile
each
in
other?
the woods and I'll put a frisbee right through your fucking forehead.
You're such a loser. Because you said that same stupid ass thing with a gun 3 days ago. What a clown.
Holy shit.
I don't even think we've competed against each other in Can Jam. We've just been on the same team annihilating other people.
Dominate.
Yeah.
I scored
Dude, the
more
best,
than you,
my favorite Can Jam thing with Jacob was, he's my cousin, my wife's cousin, I'll just call him my friend, comes over for all the fights. He was a D1 baseball player, like phenomenal athlete. I grew up playing wiffle ball, so we'll go to the giant park around the corner, bring beers, drink, we'll play wiffle ball, then we'll come back, watch fights. Temple. Vicious is calling in. Well, hold on, Vicious.
All right,
come back.
I'll let you bring on.
All right, see you, Joey.
Appreciate it, Joey.
So we'll go and we'll drink, we'll play wiffle, and then we'll come back. We'll watch the fights. We'll do all of that. So it's me and Jacob versus Joey, Jesus Christ, versus Casey and his buddy, both of them D1 baseball players, and they would have not.
I also could have went D
Rec League, DR
3 in golf.
D syndrome.
I think it was 3.
Anyway, so then they would annihilate us most times, and we'd have to make the teams fair because it just wasn't fair. So then we were like, we're gonna do drinking Olympics. We're gonna play multiple games. We played Can Jam. Casey threw the frisbee twice. Fuck this. I fuck frisbee games. This is fucking stupid. I was like, oh, like literally, we're like, are you left-handed? Do you not know how to throw a frisbee? And it was just such a win for the good guys to just really put these people in their place. It was remarkable. We got Vicious. How you doing, Vicious? Welcome back. You have called in before, and it has worked before. There's no way it's not working right now. This is unbelievable.
Stop slamming your mouse.
Vicious, we can't hear you. Can you hear us? You've called in every call-in show. You are our most... This is like we got, Trent from Jersey. You are Vicious from, I forget where. You call in, it usually works. It's not working. Call back if you figure it out. We'll be here for another 5 minutes or so. Guys, don't forget, we have incredible new merch. Incredible new merch. We have a troll, a monster troll, who has dedicated his entire life to watching every piece of content we do, recording it, tweeting about it. It's actually literally the perfect fan. Literally the perfect fan. So what did we do? We made some merch. You troll the troll, you stand up to your bullies. Vicious, did you figure your shit out? You sure didn't. You sure didn't. This is nuts. This is nuts. Vicious, you've called it. What has changed from the last 2 times you called into this time? What has changed? Jesus Christ. He's a great caller, too. Vicious is a phenomenal caller. Remember he called in last time? He was at the event. So he had like insight. Oh, when this person walked out, that person walked out. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Sorry, I got a random email. All right, guys, 2 more minutes and we are out of here. Let me know, Jacob, if you have any last words for the people.
Well, are you going to say thank you to Joey for donating?
Oh, I just saw it. Sorry, I got a random work email. $4.99 super chat from Joey. Geez, am I the only one that knows how to have a working mic and video? Joe, I appreciate the super chat, but didn't you fuck up when you first called?
I told you that's all he wanted to do was show everyone how easy it was.
And then he blew it. Absolutely.
And he's still gloated about it.
Yeah, good for him. Good for him. All right, Jakey boy, I can't not slam my mic or my mouse.
No,
I just realized I can't.
It's bad.
All right. Well, anyway, guys, thank you so much. We had more callers in this show than ever. I'm positive. Jacob, this is so annoying because Jacob's like a miserable. This would be like me rooting against the Lock of the Week video. Jacob's a miserable negative Nancy.
I'm here. I support it.
Nicholas Rimmer is saying, wait for me. Bro, you have had God knows how long. All right, Vicious is back. Vicious, did you figure your shit out?
Yeah, I think we got it.
Yeah, you figured it out. What was going on?
I just restarted my phone, to be honest with you.
Oh, well, there you go.
There
All right.
you go. There's the solution. We figured it out.
Yeah. What's going on? How you doing?
Oh, I'm good. Exciting car last week. Awesome. Kunin, shout out to him for.
Oh, come on! In front of me too? You're gonna act like that in front of you? Could at least wait till I left or something. Holy shit!
I'm getting a refill.
We missed you. We definitely missed. But the only
this is Angelo. Hold on a second. This is Angelo's call-in show. He can't wait to get callers. He's like, his whole thing is this is going to be the next big thing. Callers like crazy. The callers aren't working. The callers aren't working. All of a sudden, he gets a caller, and he gets up and leaves. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Sorry, Vicious. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're all good. No, I was just going to say about the Bond fiend, like, kind of just, steering the car of, telling everybody, like, look, at least one of these guys to be able to watch out for. But I had a gut feeling that was just like another, not a setup, but kind of like a setup. Like, hey, the UFC, we got to showcase these guys are together. They're at home, backyard. Let's get it. You know what I mean? I wish I would have laid some more chalk on. And some
I
more
know.
stock.
I actually thought about making a Bond theme. I know probably a lot of people did the Bond theme parlay.
I'm sure.
I had something laid out. It was the Bond theme brothers, and then I think like Andrade and Burns or something. I threw like a couple big favorites in there as well. And I was like, I don't know. There was just something about Terrence McKinney all week that I felt like, I think that he comes in Brazil, has a big moment, young kid. This would be a huge, fight for him and stuff. And I understood how good Bonfim was, but McKinney scared me for a parlay.
One of the reasons why there's multiple reasons why he got starched, and I like the kid. But the first reason he got starched, dude, you don't go to somebody else's house. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna wear your colors. Like, what the fuck? Why would you?
I was like, the yellow shorts. I was like, why does he have those yellow shorts on?
Bro, you're not Brazilian. You're in their house. Why are you wearing their stuff, man? That was problem number one. It's like going to a Sox game and wearing the all blue and red. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
It's I agree, and I see Bobsled Rider. I see you backstage. Just we'll get you on in a second. I agree. I bet Terrence McKinney. I put just a tiny bit on him early, and then I immediately regretted it. It was like we had the 3-week lull. We finally got odds, and I just was like, oh, because I watched I do all tape breakdown and stuff like that. The Ishmael, I guess he's the older but the smaller brother. he was wild in all the tape breakdown, but he wasn't as wild with Terrence McKinney. He was much more controlled, and he brought the heat. I mean,
The McKinney bet was always going to be, if you put money on McKinney, it was either going to look great or it was going to look
Yeah.
like that. I mean, that's just that's just the nature of the beast there. It was either going to be like, oh my God, what a great bet, or man, he is knocked unconscious.
no,
Where it hurt
100%.
me is DraftKings, more or less. Like, I was looking at the lineups that I was.
Oh, I had Bonfim in DraftKings.
Yeah, I had a lineup with taller submission bomb theme, the younger one, but
Yeah. Sure.
man, it's crazy to see somebody that is talented just not have the arsenal and stuff like that. Now, on the quite contrary, you know what I mean? I think he switches his camp. I think he
He needs a bigger. You're talking about Terrence?
Yeah.
He needs a bigger gym. He's at too small of a gym. He's the best guy in the gym, and that is always a problem. You cannot be, unless you're John Jones, you can't be the best guy in your gym. You can't be.
Yeah, the reason why I brought up Kunif and shout out to him is just the only point that he brought out that made a whole lot of sense is just like, saying kill or be killed. There was a finish there. Obviously we all said that, but just, geez, man, I had no idea that, that was going to end up like that. I mean, it was that him starching him the way he did was more shocking than Bruno Ferreira feigning 2 hooks and then just blasting him with a shot straight up the middle.
Well, because he smoked Terrence McKinney start to finish and then put him out. Like, it wasn't even close, where at least Gregory Rodriguez looked good for a couple of minutes and then his lights were out. So I hear you. Oh, I hear you. We have another call. You have anything else for us, Vicious, before I click over here to Bobsled Rider?
Oh yeah, what topic were we just on? What was on the teleprompter? That's why I think I joined. Islam versus Volk. What were we talking about there?
Yeah, we talked about Islam versus Volk. I think Islam absolutely murders Volk, without question. I think he murders him.
Jacob.
I'm on the complete opposite camp. I think Volk holds his own, and it's a decision win
For who?
Not for Islam, probably.
Oh, I was like,
He's not
Jesus
gonna
Christ,
smoke.
dude.
He said he's not starching him. Which
No, he's not gonna smoke him.
yeah, I don't know.
Would you bet Islam at the minus 350, Jacob? Because you said he should be a minus 500.
I said I don't think he should, because I think the odds are where they should be. I'm surprised that he's not
Okay.
a minus 450.
How mad
Well,
are we going to be at ourselves if Islam does A, starch him, or B, wins a decision? That's the last time we're going to see minus 3 anything on him.
I already have my bets on. Islam. They've been sitting there for premium for a while. As soon as that dropped, I'm like, done, without question. Blows through him.
I just think that, agreeing with the Jacob, he's not going to get started. I can't see Islam.
What's he gonna do with his little T-Rex arms? What's he gonna do?
No, I agree. The matchup, you know what I mean. It's in favor of Islam. I just don't, I don't see him starching him on the feet, and I don't see him keeping his Volk on the ground, keeping him there, if he even gets him there.
I mean, it'll definitely be interesting. I'm looking forward to it for sure. It's a bit of a top-heavy card, but it's a type of main event where I care a lot. So, but I do think it's a blowout. I think he beats the piss out of him. I felt the exact same way against Charles Oliveira.
Yeah, that was my heart on that one. I ain't doing my heart bet no more. I think Beneil Dariush. Now that's a fight. Unfortunately, I love Charles. I think Beneil Dariush starches Charles if he doesn't change what the hell he's doing.
Beneil Dariush is much better than I was giving him credit for. I thought Gamrot was going to beat him. That didn't happen. Granted, he didn't do much other than defend takedowns and then land that solid punch there, but he looked great. Great.
All right, let's see what the next caller's got to say, because I'm pretty excited for. I just want to get this Louis Spivak out the way. Just stop rebooking.
Finally.
Stop getting sick. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you guys are doing, just let's go.
I hear you. Thanks for calling in again. This is your third time now. Where do you live so I can say Vicious from?
I'm from Chicago.
Vicious from Chicago. All right, that's officially it. Hey, guys, it's Vicious from Chicago. You're a regular now. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Southside, Chicago, Sox, Bulls.
I appreciate you, dude.
Reggie Miller was 10 times a player. Michael
Bro,
Jordan.
the Pacers, didn't the Pacers just starch them tonight?
They did win. Mathurin had 26 points. We were talking about that a little bit earlier. Yep, 116-110. Sorry about you.
There you go. Sucks
About
to suck.
Sucks to suck.
Well, we appreciate you, Vicious. Thanks for calling in, and definitely call in next time. It's always good to hear from you. I think he's gone already. All right. All right. How you doing? You're finally on, bobsled rider. How you doing?
Hey, good. How about you? Hello from Australia, first of all.
Oh
Big
my
fan.
Holy
gosh! So what
shit.
time does the card start for you? Next week or 2 weeks ago? It is.
Oh, next week. I don't know, man. Where is it? Like,
It's
where
in
is it?
Vegas, but it
It's-
starts at 9 p.m. Eastern in American. So what does that for you? Do you have-
In American. Jesus.
Well, there's
Christ.
Easter. I mean, there's Easter in other places, I guess.
Jesus Christ.
You're the one that
well,
thought Brazil
usually-
had the same time zone as us.
I said relative time
Yeah.
zone, but sure.
No, you're like, oh, I think it's the exact same
All
time.
right, well,
And then you
we'll-
saw- and then
we'll do the
no,
math
and
in reverse.
Casey
Jesus.
showed you a map of the world, and you're like, oh my god, I didn't know Brazil was that big. Goodness
Okay.
gracious.
What time is it for you right now? Because this is exactly when the card will start next week.
It's 1 p.m. So I think like with
Oh, midday.
with main cards, yeah, they normally start at like 12 or 1 and they go to like 3 o'clock. So if it's a big card, if it's like a 14, 15 fight card,
Can I ask you
it'll
a
finish
question?
at like 3:30.
Before you ask us a question,
Yeah.
what's Wednesday like?
Wednesday.
Yeah, what's it like
Jesus
right now?
Christ. Jacob thinks he's a genius because it's Tuesday for us. It's Wednesday for you. And he
Is
thinks
it a
he's
good
just.
day? Can I look forward to it? When I wake up tomorrow, am I
It's
going to be
good.
excited?
It's good. It's good. Yeah.
Okay.
It's good. It's a sunny day over here.
Great.
So
Looking
yeah.
forward to it. Can't
Yeah,
wait.
I
we have-
actually-
we
I
have
actually finished
snow.
work early. Oh, you got snow. Oh, yeah.
Right now it's
I
snowing.
finished
Sure.
work early
Snow.
to come in and call in. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, so
man.
all this whole time I'm feeling bad for Artem. Is Australia and New Zealand the same time zone or no?
Pretty much, like give or
Yeah.
take an hour or two.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this whole time I'm feeling bad for Artem, thinking when he's doing his live streams, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. It's the middle of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, it's-
the English have it worse than everybody because it is the middle of the night for them
They do.
because they're 6 hours ahead.
When the card was in Saudi Arabia, Islam versus Oliveira, I had to get up at like 4 in the morning or something and watch that. So
For the main
Those are-
card?
Oh,
the
I think
whole
that was the
card?
prelims, and
Sure.
the main card started at like 7 in the morning. But
Yeah, that's-
I reckon I got a few little comments for MMA.
Yeah.
Put a multi on last week, lost like it was like a retarded like 14.
Wait,
leg
you
multi.
did a what? You put a what? Oh, a multi, a parlay. Gotcha.
Parlay, yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
No, you're good.
The only
Multi's
ones
good.
The only ones that lost is I picked Jessica Andrade by KO, so that was a disappointment.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
it was like
that
this
was just
close.
and you were watching that live?
Yeah.
Oh
at the
my
pub.
god!
Yeah.
Jesus,
Yeah. Nah, Jesus.
was
But
awful.
the other one,
that's a rough
Robocop.
one.
Brazilian Obama. You can't trust any Obama.
I told you, man. I picked.
Yeah.
I said it in 3 different videos. 3 different videos. He's gonna lose.
And he was
should've
literally
shot.
skipping across. I mean, literally skipping
I
across
lost- I
back and
was
forth
so
across
happy.
the living room. It was. I couldn't get my phone out fast enough to record it. It would have been incredible.
I was so happy.
Yeah. And then Glover. That's a tragedy. Especially the Brazilian fans. They just dipped out.
That's
after
the
that.
saddest part. That's actually sadder than him losing. Is they didn't stay for him.
Yeah, he gave his retirement speech to a half-empty crowd. Basically, it was like a regional crowd at that point, which is it's sad.
And everybody had to know he was retiring. Like, you had to know that guy was.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to retire even if he won. Like, everybody had to assume that. There's not another sport where the fans would do that to one of their people. Like, in America, when you know, like, a Derek Jeter. Well, Derek Jeter's like one of the greatest ever. But like,
He was overrated
okay. When,
as like an
when
actual
you-
baseball.
but as like a leader and a figure. Anyway,
Well,
Big
you
Papi.
know.
When Big
As a-
Papi retired,
as
people.
an attractive man with beautiful wives, he was number one.
There weren't wives, they were girlfriends. That's what made him amazing. Anyway,
Oh,
I can't name another sport where people would walk out knowing that one of their best, that was their last time ever.
Well,
if
we
anything,
booed-
it's the opposite. You pay
we booed
money.
Andrew Luck off the field when he retired. So
He retired at 22. So bobsled, and looks like we have another caller who I'm 50-50 shot. This person knows how to use their microphone. Do you did you get the main and the co-main right, or you got the Glover fight wrong? You're saying in your multi.
Oh yeah. Glover. I picked Glover. I got Moreno
Gotcha.
right, so I made a little bank from that, which is good. But I reckon the only person, if I'm on the clock here, the only person
No, you're
who beat
good.
Islam is Beneil Dariush.
Because of that
he'll
takedown
smoke.
defense?
Yeah.
I think Fiziev. I love Fiziev. I'm very biased
Really?
for Fiziev, but his takedown defense is fantastic, and he's the best striker probably in the UFC at this point. I mean, he's a fantastic striker. I think he can put some shots on Islam, and he's so. I think you have to take chances, right? If you just try to play too cautious against a guy like Islam, he's just going to walk you down and do what he wants to do. You kind of have to take chances to beat people like that. Like against Khabib, like Conor tried to take a chance, with some big shots. Fiziev will take chances. I mean, Fiziev is a guy that will take chances and do some wild stuff, and I think that's what's going to ultimately beat a guy like Islam. I like Fiziev.
I reckon the only Fiziev and Volk, Volk's training with Craig Jones, so his jiu-jitsu is going to be like off the charts, and his defense against
The dark arts.
I
kind of wanted. I said that. You know what's funny is when I said that, I said it, which obviously it's a different accent, Australian and the English Harry Potter accent, but I pictured you saying it in my head, and it sounded really cool. The dark arts.
I'll try and say it. Defense against the dark arts.
Oh, I like it.
But
I'm going to
before
DM you, and I'm going to have you say a lot of things to me, and I'll pay you for
Ready
it.
to talk? Yeah. No worries.
Before you go, this was a text that I got from my buddy today. Oh, I can't share that. It's a. Oh, here. This is how I'll share it. Don't you?
It'll
worry.
be the judo. It'll be the judo throws, inside trips that'll screw over Volk and Fiziev, I reckon. But Benny, I don't know, man. Like something about him, he's like got that silver fox going on, and I reckon he'll.
He's definitely talented enough.
Close. Yeah.
This is my buddy texted us this to our.
I get it, man.
It texted this to us today. You get it?
Australian restaurant. I don't get it.
Say it.
Checkmate.
Checkmate.
Oh,
Checkmate.
true.
I don't even know why he texted it. He just texted it to us today out of nowhere, and then you called in. And it's just that's fate. That's fate.
Yeah, true. Pleasure being on the show, boys. Thanks for everything. Big fan again, and yeah.
Oh, we appreciate
Well, genuinely appreciate you calling. 100%.
and you were the first person that did it first
Camera.
try, I think.
Your first
really?
time on, and you turned the camera on.
Camera
Congratulations.
and audio, first time. Boom. Easy.
Oh yeah,
you're the
you are
winner.
the first of the night without
Joey
tech
D
issues.
fucked it up.
Yeah, that kid, what a bum. Thank you very much. We genuinely
Enjoy your
appreciate
Wednesday.
you.
Can't wait to see you.
Enjoy Wednesday, and we'll do more of these. We look forward to hear from you again. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks, lads.
All right, see you guys.
Oh, lads, I like that too. Huh?
We have another caller. Over under. The reason he drinks.
Oh God, here we go. Get
You're
ready for it.
on. Wait, are you there?
You don't want me to be here.
Female. How you
Oh,
doing?
girl.
Oh, the reason he drinks is probably for me, and this is a troll. Have at it.
Yeah, it's your wife. I'm
Holy
definitely your
fucking
troll.
shit, it's Tiffany. It's Tiffany. Holy shit. Oh, no camera. Very, very interesting.
Oh, you don't want
Holy
me to do that,
shit. We kicked off that good-looking Australian so that you could call into the show and make fun of me with Jacob?
Yeah,
Jesus
well, I
Christ.
have another reason for calling in. Jacob.
Oh, my God. She's about to hit you up for money for Avery's school thing.
Yeah, donate to my daughter's fundraiser.
It's a
Both of
maybe. It's a maybe. I'll have to see where my money's going. I have to see the pamphlet. I have to.
The American Heart Association. I'll text it to you now. I'm not going to post it here. I am not asking subscribers for my. First of all, I don't want them to know what our daughter looks like or where she goes to school. So I'm sending it directly to Jacob.
I would just like this to be, since it's being recorded, proof that I'm a highly supportive spouse. And I fully expect this support in return.
This is because Tiffany went on a trip with her friends and was like, hey, you didn't look at my story. And I was like, you don't watch my live streams. So now she's watching the live stream so that I can look at the stories. Unbelievable.
Tit for tat, asshole. Have a good night, boys.
See ya. See ya. Well, that's how that goes, Jacob. Where's your wife? Where's your
We
wife?
gotta shut it down. We gotta shut it down. We gotta shut it down.
Holy shit. Well, we kicked off that handsome, well-spoken. Oh, she just sent me a text. You kicked me off, you fucker. You said bye. Anyway. All right. Well, we are going to shut this down.
He really
Thank
sent me the link.
Yeah, no,
What
if you
a-
could.
Unbelievable.
If you could donate $10 to her charity.
Unbelievable.
That would be-
Look at this.
It's the American
Holy
Heart
cow.
Association.
Aren't you
It's-
going to give enough to them in the coming 10, 15 years?
I gotta send money. No, I need to keep funding the American Heart Association to make sure that
Try
I'm
and
here.
find your cure, whatever your cure is going to be.
That I'm here for another 10 years.
This is for Angelo's cure here coming up.
She wins a prize. I don't know what.
Yeah. You know my dad used to be, he's one of those guys that just absolutely hated fundraisers. Like we could never do, because it was always like do the fun and the winner gets this, the third place gets this. It was always awesome prizes for whoever raise the most money. He's like, you're not going to talk to anyone and ask them for money. I will write a check. That's how it's going to be handled. I don't want you going around door to door asking friends and family for money. I will write the check and it's over. Very anti-fundraiser.
Speaking of money, $10 from Z a little while ago, talking about do that OnlyFans review. I actually 100% think you should do that. I'm not even being sarcastic. It's not a joke.
No, I know. It's a good idea. It's
It's
just,
like
I don't know if I have the energy.
Dude, you sign up, you poke around. All people want to know, and maybe I'm wrong here, all people want to know is, how is it just a racy Instagram, or is there nudity? And if there is nudity, is it top and
When you
bottom,
say
or just one?
all the people want to know, I think you are the one that's very
No.
interested.
When I said all the people want to know, I'm
You're
not
like, you
saying,
should, you should. I think that's a great idea. I think, honestly, I will pay for everything. I need you to watch them all. That way I mean, everyone else will know where the money is best spent at.
when I said all the people want to know, I'm not saying all the people collectively. I'm saying all they want to know. The only thing they want to know. That's how I'm saying it.
They. You can
Is-
say they.
They is people like Jake who doesn't know how to spell the word hilarious. These are the people
Hilarious.
that are.
Well, that was hilarious.
These
Not
are
a good
the
day
people
for Jacobs, huh?
that
Jacobs
are.
couldn't figure out his mic. Jake's coming in, talking like he's a Hills Have Eyes person.
These are the people. Dude, when Tiffany called in, I was positive that was like a Twitter troll that spent the $10
I got
to be an asshole.
excited because I thought it was going to be Kim or somebody, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's Kim!"
Why was that
And it was
exciting?
fucking Tiffany.
It was your bully. It was your bully, not my.
I turned
your
sheet
bully.
white.
Your
As soon as I
bully
heard
called in.
that wretched voice,
Your bully called in, and you didn't know what to do with it. Oh man! Her
and
accent-
called in, and what did she do? She fucking bullied me.
She shook you.
By
She
the way,
shook you for
I
your
had
lunch
a
money.
message for Jacob, and I was like,
Shook you for your lunch money so you could donate to my daughter's American Heart Association fundraiser. Should I? I'm not going to post it here, right? That's a little. That's a little much. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
on.
And she actually said, "Don't." Well, it's a giant picture of her, and she's like, "Don't post this."
Joey T
okay.
said $1.99. Are we going
There it
Leon
is.
Edwards on the rematch? Oh my god. We'll talk about that when we have it, when it's time to talk about that. But I mean, he's going to absolutely smoke. The fact that people want to put actually the line's down to like plus 215 something. I already had him at 275. Right when those odds, and we put that for premium.
Wait,
I mean,
you have a bet on Leon Edwards right now?
yeah, at plus 275.
Do I have that on the website?
I don't know. I placed it a few months ago, and I'm
How
pretty sure
many
I told you
units?
about it. And now he's like a plus 210. I have to check. But it's going to be my largest bet of all time. If you want to put minus 250 money, whatever it is, on a guy that just got knocked out conscious, I mean, cold. Then there was a 20-minute window where he didn't know what the hell happened. Has bad knees. He's going to be 36 years old, and that's an old 36. A guy that's been wrestling his whole life. Every single fight he's been in has been basically a decision or a dog fight. That's an old old 36, bad knees, brittle hands, got taken down, mounted, to back take, to body triangle, to submission threats in the first round of that fight. People think, oh my God, Usman dominated rounds 2, 3, and 4. I honestly don't think that people understand how much of an effect the high altitude had on Leon Edwards. He literally said after the first round, I couldn't fucking move. I was fine like cardio wise, mentally. I couldn't fucking move because the high altitude. So yeah, he was taken down second, third round, and guess what? He kept getting back to his feet. Usman was never threatening him in that fight. You know, he had him against the fence, throwing his little Usman punches, this and that, a little pitter patter, this. Leon was never in danger in that fight. The only person that was in danger in that fight was Usman in the first round when he was mounted, back taken, body triangle in, and in the fifth round when he was knocked unconscious for about a half a fucking hour. So if you want to land minus 230 money on this old dude that got knocked unconscious dominating the first round of that fight, more power to you. And it ain't going to be fucking me. It's going to be Leon Edwards, and he's going to take me to the fucking moon. But we can talk about that later.
Yeah, there's way more to say. All right. Well, this was a very good call-in show. These are progressively, this is how you measure success, guys. You can't boil the ocean. You can't boil the ocean. It's one step at a time.
Global warming's doing a good job of that.
it's one step at a time.
But thank you for your electric truck. We're trying.
It's not electric. It's not electric. It's hybrid. The Lightning is about $125,000 after markup. It's not a Lightning. It's a power boost.
Stop with the mouse.
Here's the answer. Everybody that was obsessed with what my truck is, I've got a F-150
Why do
power
you even
boost.
have your hand on the mouse that much?
Because unlike you, I'm working here. I got 11 things on the screen. I'm pulling things up, messaging, working on this, working on that, approving stuff for the website. It's wild what I have to do. Wild. Well, you just get to show up. After they did a live stream with Kunith, I told you, Kunith was like, thanks for having me. That was a ton of fun. Super easy.
Fuck you, Kunith.
When I do my recordings,
not only did you make me look bad, but you also exposed me as well.
100%. Like you are very easily like replace your ass, no problem. So he was like, it was just thanks for having me. It was easy. I saw the boost in my subscribers. I appreciate it. And he was like, when I do my recordings, this is him talking. When I do my recordings, I got things on the screen. I got a lot going on. And I was like, yeah, no shit. I did all the work. No shit. Jacob reeks the exact same benefits. The Tuesday live streams, where do those graphics come from? Jacob gives me the template and then I load it up. I do all the work. He shows up with his stupid, whatever the fuck, allergic to the sun bullshit. And then he's like, oh, I disagree. I'm going to hump the chair. Jacob. And then that's it. That's what he does.
This guy said that Leon was there for 5 days, so the altitude didn't affect him. What the fuck?
5 days.
Holy shit.
5
It
days
takes
enough.
literally like weeks or like months to really fully adjust to physical activity in high altitude. 5 days. Fuck out of here.
Now who's the angry one yelling at him? Dude, with Kunith, I forget what he said. He said something, and I was like, I made fun of the people watching. I was like, I could tell by the way that they type, these are not physically fit people. And then the chat was like, you're going to insult us like that? And then half of it was like how that dude spelled. What word did that dude just spell wrong?
Hilarious. That's hilarious.
And it's all in good fun. Where's hilarious? I see it. Where did it just
Hilarious.
go? It's all in good fun. Listen, I don't know about you people, but I have friends. Jacob's one of them. And we're mean as shit to each other. My friends are not nice to me. They're probably some of the meanest people in this world to me. And if that's how I'm treating you, that means we're just friends. So, fuck you guys. Jacob, any last words?
Jesus Christ. Do you not realize that you do it?
No, I don't. Not until you say things. I'll get a mouse pad like a bum.
Shit. What game is behind you, Angela? What games? What game is that?
That's a Buck Hunter. It's not on. That's a reflection of the screen. See? But that's Buck Hunter. I gotta do this up. Kunith had one of the nicest stream setups I've ever seen. Jacob's sitting in a corner with a light on. Kunith had like custom foam and shit on the
Well,
walls.
because of the software you use, I can't use my goddamn nice camera, so I gotta steal my bad.
Well, you
My
got your
my
live
poor
streams.
my poor camera, which is the camera you're using as well. So.
Streamlabs or Streamcam. Anyway, we're all looking forward to your review. I'm 100% serious. Let me know what it costs to sign up for all those creep videos. I'll send you the money. It's a business expense. And do the video, and it will be the greatest video we've ever done, period. I'm not kidding. Make it funny. Don't make it creepy. If you just get more emaciated as you're like, oh.
Oh, you're talking about the OnlyFans video again?
Yeah, the OnlyFans video. The OnlyFans videos, it's a great idea. I'm
It is.
glad
I mean,
thought
somebody's
of
probably going to do it, but it's going to take me a while to go through everything, you know? I'm very...
It shouldn't take... it shouldn't take
I'm very
that long.
thorough. Very.
It shouldn't take that long. Anyway, thank you all very much. We had more live callers than we normally have. My wife called and trolled. I literally thought she was a straight up troll. I thought she was part of that Twitter clique that hates my guts for whatever reason. But no, she hates my guts for a lot of other reasons. So thank you all for everybody calling. She's not even a premium member. What a bum. Thank you
How'd
all.
she get the link?
I sent it to her like trolling her because she was like, it's snowing outside. I want to take our daughter out to look at the snow. And I was like, or you could call into the show and support me. And then she did. And then
The reason he drinks.
I mean, it was solid. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching live. Thanks for calling in. Thanks for doing all the things. Jacob, thanks for coming to work for the first time in a week. And do the OnlyFans video and we'll be square. And also, WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up with any one of our betting partners. Make a deposit. We'll send you $50 and become a premium member. It's honestly, it's $10 a month. It's $10 a month. And this isn't some random Twitter asshole's Patreon. This is a full-blown website with a permanent salaried staff member.
Daddy, chill.
Building it, maintaining it, adding to it. This is not a Patreon. $10 a month will be the best money you have ever spent in your entire life. The optimizer alone is worth far more than that. The bets, the picks, the fantasy plays, all that content, $10 a month. Even if you don't do any of that shit, you just want to support us, WeOwnPicks.com at the top. Click. Become a member. Any last words for the people that isn't Daddy Chill or Whopper Whopper? Cut you off the knees.